Hey friends, it's Trisha here in the Freedom Hill Kitchen. I am showing you the new pressure cooker I got for Christmas. I called it an Instapot, but it's not. That's not the brand. I think it's called Insignia. But it's a modern pressure cooker and I really like it. And I use it several times a week and it's just great. It's just something I'd wanted for a while, but I don't have any place to keep it. And I think I might have figured out how to store this, and I wanted to bring you along on that little journey because it's been sitting here like for a month since Christmas because I have no place else to put it, so it just sits out on the counter. But let me show you what I think I'm going to be able to do. Okay, you're now looking at my hall closet that is right off my laundry room here. I have a few larger things stored here. If you hear that noise in the background, it's a dryer, it clicks on and off. But on the top shelf, I have paper goods, paper cups, paper plates, plastic forks and knives, stuff like that for parties and things. So I think I'm going to move this to the cupboard above the refrigerator and see if I can store my Instapot and even a few other things up here. Let me show you the cupboard above the fridge. Okay, so I opened up that cupboard up there. It does have a few pieces of milk glass and a couple of vases in there, but I have a place to relocate those. I can move those, so I will do that. My problem is, even standing on a chair, I cannot reach this cupboard. Now, we don't use paper goods very often, so I don't mind putting them up here, because there's usually a tall person around at least by the end of the day. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean the things off that shelf in the laundry room, and then when my youngest son is home later tonight, he has very nice long arms. I'll recruit him to help me this evening to put those paper goods up here and to move those vases. But in the meantime, I'm going to empty out that cupboard and I'll show you the result. At least if I get that cupboard emptied out, I can put this up there. And actually a couple other things I was thinking about, because I have a cake plate. I have this cake plate, which is dusty and dirty. I'm going to wash it up. But it was sitting on top of the refrigerator, but it didn't really sit flat. So I think I'll put it on the shelf with the pressure cooker, so it's kind of out of the way and won't get as dusty being in a closet where the door closes. So I'll get started on that. Okay, I have successfully emptied the top shelf. Oops, except for this, which I'll probably leave in there once I start rearranging things. But I put everything in this laundry basket to deal with later. So now I have an empty shelf and I can put a few things up there and get that started. These racks are something I put in here, but actually this is quite a bit of storage. I think I'll do well to put my pressure cooker here in this corner. Okay, here we have it. The pressure cooker, aka Instapot, off-brand, and the cake plate, cake dome. I also use that inner part as a chip and dip thing sometimes, like the base, there's like a bowl inside. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, they are now nice up on that shelf. I do have to use a footstool, but that is nothing new. I use a footstool everywhere in my house. So now at least this new device does not have to sit out on my counter. The portable shelf that I had in here, the shelf dividers, would not fit. The Instapot is just a little too wide and I didn't want to scratch it up and push it and force it. So I just took that down. I will find a new home for that. And then tonight, after my son helps me put these things in this basket up in that shelf above the refrigerator, we will be all done and I'll show you the result. Thanks for coming along. Hang on, more to come. And now my countertop is nice and clear, at least this particular area. So that feels better. And now we have it done. This is the cupboard above the fridge. And my youngest son, he didn't even need a chair. He was able to get up on this footstool and reach up there and do it all for me. So I really appreciate that. So now it's all done and my new pressure cooker has a new home and it's all good. So it's kind of dark because it's nighttime now, but I wanted to show you, well, you saw this, but now it's full of towels because I washed towels on Wednesday, and this is my boys. It doubles as a linen closet. I did a video on this closet. I'll link it so you can see about how it got to be how it is. And Winston, ever so curious. Thanks for coming along. I'm so happy that I have found a home for my new pressure cooker and a better home for my cake plate. God bless you. Have a great day. I'd love it if you would subscribe. Follow along here on Freedom Hill. Bye.